If you want to grow your profits, grow your practice, and maybe sell your business one day, you're going to need a lot more than a profit loss statement. You're going to need to know the right metrics. Hi, my name is Jamey Schrier, business coach and former private practice owner. And I can tell you that it is critical to know what are the key metrics to run your business. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to share the not so common metrics that you may not be aware of or not sure how to utilize them. So let's go ahead and dive in. Number one, this is my all-time favorite metric. It's one that I use when I'm looking at a practice for the first time and doing an assessment. It's utilization rate. Utilization rate is simple. It's your productivity. It's how many people, this is how I like to frame it, how many people, how many clients, how many patients are we helping compared to how many we could help? Sounds simple, right? Well, imagine this. Imagine you have a full-time person that's 40 hours a week. And I know, depending on your business and what industry you're in, it's not going to be 40 hours of patient care, but just kind of play with it for a second. If it's 40 hours a week and your person is only seeing 20 hours, that's a 50% utilization rate. Well, chances are you're going to have a tough time making money because you are paying someone full time, but they're not doing, quote, their end of the bargain. This is the most powerful metric that I've seen, that I track in any practice. Let me give you this. So low utilization, I wrote down a couple things for you. Low utilization equals wasted payroll equals low profit. Did you get that one? I know it's probably overly simple and overly simplified, but it is. And it's important to track your utilization really clearly and consistently. KPI number 2, cost per visit. I'm sure you've heard of revenue per visit, but the cost per visit is not what you charge and not what you collect. It's what it costs you to deliver. So the formula is simple. Your total expenses, monthly expenses, divided by the total number of visits. So if you had $1,000 in expense and 100 visits, it would cost you $10 a visit. So why is knowing this so important? Because you use this information to determine what contracts, if you're taking insurance, what insurance that you may want to drop. For instance, if you're getting paid $65 a visit and it's costing you $80 a visit in your cost per client, you're literally paying the client to be there. You're paying your staff $15 a visit out of your pocket. You're not making any money for them seeing you. You're actually paying them. And I know that doesn't make any sense. And I know it sounds like, Jamey, why would anyone do that? And yet we do this. Yet we make decisions. Look, just because we're smart people doesn't mean we make really good, rational decisions. So knowing what that metric is allows you, if you have insurance, to know which insurances you want to focus more on, which insurance you may want to get rid of. And if it's a cash base, it'll quickly let you know where you want your rates to be aligned with the type of practice you have and be aligned of the profit margin that you want. So utilization is 1, which is your productivity. Number 2 is your cost per visit. Let's do another one here. Staff payroll. This is a huge one. Your staff payroll is basically your labor costs, your clinical staff, plus your administrative staff compared to the revenue. So if your revenue is $100,000 and your payroll is $70,000, then your your staff payroll percent is 70%, which in this case is high. So you want to get really clear on that. So payroll is going to be your biggest expense. We're in the service-oriented business, right? We can't be in business unless we have licensed professionals helping us grow and expand the business. And they cost a lot of money. So we want to make sure that we are clear in what that percent payroll of revenue is. Now, what should it be? Well, it really depends on your structure and business model. Some people say you want it at 45 to 50%. Others would say, nah, it could be more like 50, 55, or even 60%. For me, I would say a easy across the board, 50 to 55, you should be in a good place. Should be. It depends on some other factors too. But 50 to 50%. So in other words, if you're doing $100,000 a month in revenue, 50 to 55% should be paying your staff. That leaves money for your overhead, right? All of the softwares and the computers and the lights and the rent and all that good stuff. And then of course that leaves the third category, which is your profit. When payroll goes up, first thing that goes is profit. You just make less money. And in fact, you're making less money, but you're putting the money out to your team that's not as busy as you want them to be. So it's just opportunity revenue that's going away. All right. So those are the three: the utilization, the cost per visit, and the percentage of your payroll. Now look, if you need any help on any of these numbers, feel free to reach out, schedule a discovery call. We'll dive into some of your numbers. I've been looking at these numbers. My team been looking at these numbers for years and years as former practice owners and as, of course, coaches now. And we know where these numbers need to be. We can quickly make recommendations to you. Even if you don't want our help as a client, that's okay. There's no heavy pressure, no sales or anything like that. It's just if you're interested in learning more about how we can help you, set up a call, happy to help you. Other than that, I hope you learned something here. I hope you learned some metrics that were maybe a little different than what you're used to. So I hope that helps. And don't forget to check out other YouTube videos. These are all for private practice owners looking to grow, looking to scale, looking to build more, and eventually exit for a big payday on your terms. See you again.